Again, I'm sorry for a very long absence. I hope now we can get things back on track. I have been super extra busy. Just so many things, just so many things. Anyway, tonight I thought I'd make a recipe with you. This is one I've made a lot of times. I've been wanting to make this one for the channel. This is a beef stir fry with peanuts, and it is so delicious. So to get things started here, let's talk about the ingredients we're going to need. This is beef for stir fry. You can use flank steak, or I actually just got the stuff that's already cut up and ready. You want it to be fairly thin, kind of small little bits like that. This is about a pound of it, slightly less actually. And then I've already measured out what I need of it, but we're going to be using soy sauce. And then there's also fish sauce in here, some kosher salt, some fresh lime juice, which I've already juiced, some brown sugar, some peanuts, and you can use cocktail peanuts like these, or you can use roasted peanuts if you like those instead. And then I've got some shallot that I already cut up, and you can use as much as a large shallot. This is probably about half of one because, again, I have to be careful for my husband who's sensitive to it. And then we have just the tiniest pinch here of cayenne pepper. So just a little to make it interesting. Oh, and I forgot to grab an ingredient. I need my canola oil. Give me just a second. Canola oil. And so we've got canola oil ready to go and basil. And then the pressure cooker back here, I've been preparing some basmati rice. That's what I'm going to be serving as the side with it. If you've never used your pressure cooker to make rice, I highly recommend it. It is so nice and easy. It comes out great and fluffy every time. For basmati rice, you just set it to 4 minutes of high pressure and you put a 1-to-1 ratio of your rice. Rinse it out first before putting it in the cooker, and then set it for the 4 minutes of pressure, and then wait until you have the natural pressure release. So right now it's still under pressure. So we're gonna let that go. Let's go ahead and get started with how we're gonna make the beef here. So we start off with 1.5 tablespoons of the soy sauce. What's the matter? Oh, we've got people saying hello? All right, that's wonderful. Thank you. I'm so glad to know that some people are here watching us. That is awesome. All right, so this is going to be a 1/2 tablespoon of the fish sauce. Sorry, we're not like super set up for lives for like interacting with you, but my camera guy was pointing to it to let me know. Anyway, we're going to just kind of stir this together. So we get that. All right. And it's just kind of a quick countertop marinate here while we do the sauce that we're going to be putting in with it. So the sauce, soy sauce, again, has been measured out already. This is another 1.5 tablespoons. And then we need another 1/2 tablespoon of the fish sauce. It's okay if you get a little extra like what I just did, no worries. It's not like we all measure things exactly perfectly all the time. And then we need 1.5 tablespoons of the lime juice. Since this is a 1/2 tablespoon measure, I'm gonna have to do it 3 times. You're gonna have to juice a little bit more lime juice for the next part. That's not gonna be quite enough. All right, and then we need for the brown sugar, another 1.5 tablespoons. I'm gonna have to grab that from behind here. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. It's been very, very warm here. I don't know where everybody who's watching is, how it is for your weather, but it's definitely not fall yet, but it's gonna be next week. This one. All right, so you can see I pack my brown sugar there. And then we'll get that stirred together. Oh, Linda B. Oh, hello. It's so great to have you with me here. Thank you for tuning in. And I've been missing everybody. I swear I will get caught up on everybody's channels soon. Oh, is it beautiful weather there too? Oh, Purely Sounds, hello. Yes. Oh, very nice. Okay, so it's so great to hear from you guys. I'm trying to kind of read it as he points to it and stuff. Anyway, so we've got that there, and then we're going to prepare for the other part here, which is our shallots and peanuts mixture. So like I said, I've got part of a shallot in here, and then I'm going to put 3/8 of a cup of the peanuts in here. So it's going to be basically like 1.5 of a 1/4 cup. Aw, thank you for saying I'm a good cook. That's so sweet. Okay, and then the pinch of cayenne is going to go in here. Now, this is going to make a bit of noise, so I'm going to apologize in advance. Sorry. That should be good. Okay, so sorry to make you put up with the noise there. If we were not live, we wouldn't have to have you suffer that. All right, so now we are ready to go over to our wok. So we're over here. I have to use the regular stove because my wok, unfortunately, doesn't work on my induction burner. One of these days I will get one that does, or an adapter, but I just haven't got there yet. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get our wok heating up here. About medium-high heat. And then we're going to be putting in the canola oil. So for the canola oil, we're going to be putting in... Oh, okay, no problem, Linda B. But thank you for at least tuning in for a bit. Love you. We'll see you next time. So about 1.5 tablespoons of our canola oil. You could also use peanut oil if you prefer. Both of those would be great. I think I have made it with both. So we're going to wait just a moment for the oil. It's already getting pretty warm because obviously this is gas, so it does heat up pretty quickly. We do want it to be pretty shimmery. And then we're going to be putting in our beef mixture to cook that. And it is going to be noisy when I first put it in because it's very hot. So warning everybody again for that. Yep, I'm feeling pretty hot. Starting to look a little shimmery there. All right, here we go. And then I usually just leave whatever sauce is in there. You want to get it separated so that it has a chance to actually stir fry. I'm just checking to see if my pressure had released on the cooker yet, but it has not. It does take a little bit of time. If you do the rice in the pressure cooker, even though it's only 4 minutes of pressure time, you do have to have, it's usually like 20 or 30 minutes for the natural release. I did a cup of rice, uncooked rice, so that's why it's still releasing there. I did have it going before we started here. So you can see we're already starting to get a little bit brown here. It does not take long. You don't have to get every bit of pink gone before we go into the next stage. This does cook very quickly. And I am going to get a bowl that we can put that in. All right, maybe a couple more seconds here. Again, we don't have to have all the pink gone because it's going to be going back in the pan here in a minute. And this is beef, so if you like your beef to not be fully well done, which is how I am, then you don't need every bit of pink to be disappearing here. I'm going to use my little scooper to take this out. Whoop, lost one piece. Not a big one though, it's a little tiny piece. Again, I'm so happy to be with you all and cooking like this. I'm happy to be cooking at all. I've had to eat out a lot, and that's just, I mean, I love to go to restaurants and stuff, but I'm a passionate cook here. I want to be at home making stuff. All right, so now what we're gonna do is to put our shallot and peanut mixture into the pan. Getting a little hot. All right, there we go. So you just let it absorb the rest of what that liquid is in there, and then kind of fry for a moment. Until those shallots get a little bit cooked. So we want to go maybe about 2 minutes here. I've made this many times. It's a nice, fast, and part of the reason I chose this one is because I thought it'd be a nice, quick one that we could do and get things rolling again. It's an easy recipe for weeknights, even though this isn't a weeknight. Like I said, I've been super busy. I hope it'll calm down now a little bit. I work as a teacher and I teach online, so I had new classes that were starting, and I had company that came to visit. I had so many things that went on. And we did get a couple of things filmed, but we just haven't had the chance to get them finished and edit and all that. But I swear, I really, really do want to get back to seeing everybody's videos too. I miss all the stuff. I haven't even had a chance to just like sit and watch stuff and enjoy it. It's the worst part. All right, I think we were pretty good there. We're going to return the beef and any accumulated juices that it has back into the pan. And then we're also going to take that other sauce mixture that we made and put that in. That stirred around in there so it can cook up. And then, like I said, I don't have quite as much lime juice as I need, so I'm gonna juice just a little bit more. While that's cooking for just a moment there. Whoops, almost lost it. That ought to do us. All right, and then we're gonna need another tablespoon of the lime juice here. Oh, perfection. Just enough. Get that going. And then the last part is that we're going to be putting in some basil. I wrote a set amount on the recipe, but I honestly don't know exactly how much I usually put in. I just kind of snip some up and look at it and see. So if you're a basil fan, obviously you could put in more. It's not like it's gonna hurt it, but I wouldn't go too far overboard. We wanna be able to taste the other flavors too. All right, and my pressure has dropped on my rice just in time, because this is the last thing that we have to put in here. We are just about there. I'm gonna go ahead and get my rice ready to serve here. Yep, that's not the right one. No. Okay, I'll use a different one. Anyway, there we go. Oh, that's thickening up. It's looking great. That's perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the heat on there. And sorry for all the mess, but that's what real cooking looks like. So there we go. That's what I was looking for. I just couldn't see it. It was reflecting. So my rice, I usually just use kind of a little fork. You want to scan in there, camera guy? So I don't have quite as much light. As you can see, it's nice and fluffy. It's just perfect, really. All right, give me just a second to grab a plate to put this on. And then we'll have a taste test, which I already know it's good. Because as I said, I've had this many, many, many times. All right, let's get some rice to go with it. All right. And we'll scoop some of this up into here. And as you can see, that didn't even take 20 minutes. Of course, that's with everything ready to go on the ingredients. So when you count in the prep for the ingredients, you're probably looking at more like 30 to 40 minutes. If you're like, you're probably closer to 40 because I'm not super fast at prep. This is still extremely hot, but man, does it ever smell good. Let's see if I can get just a little here to give a taste test. Definitely cool it off first though, because I will burn myself otherwise. Wish I could share this with you. Look at that. Oh, doesn't it look so delicious? It's just perfect. And if you are a person who's like salt conscious, like you have to be careful, you can use reduced salt peanuts, like the lightly salted ones. You can use reduced sodium soy sauce to kind of mitigate that, because it comes out a little bit on the salty side, but I really like it. Anyway, that's the end of our live because we're ready to eat. And thank you so much for joining me. It was great to have some of you along with us for this live. For those of you who aren't able to make it to the live, of course, we'll be posting it to our channel as well. Thank you for watching that way. And we hope to see you very soon again for another episode. Au revoir.